Joining us now is Oracle analyst Patrick Walravens, managing director for JMP Securities, to help break it all down. And you are also a lawyer.
That's true.
So how serious is this Oracle versus Google lawsuit? They're asking for billions of dollars.
It's a big deal. It's a big deal, and it's not something that I think the markets have focused on a lot so far.
So explain the issues to us. What is Oracle really alleging here?
Oracle is saying that the Android platform violates its patents and its copyrights, and that as a result, they're entitled to billions of dollars in damages.
And Corey, you want to weigh in here?
Yeah,
I mean, we've been talking about this all day.
You are a lawyer. You are an Oracle analyst. Now, they say that if you took all the lawyers in the earth and laid them end to end, that'd be a good thing.
Yeah.
But there are very few analysts who are also lawyers. When you look at these documents, what do they tell you about the chances for Oracle in court?
So it makes your head spin, right? There's thousands of pages. But the thing that you can look at that came out recently is you can look at something called the Markman brief, where basically the judge goes through 5 claims where there were disputes on how they should be interpreted. And in that brief, he rules for Oracle 4 times, and then he has one where it's a push. So that was a pretty good clue that Oracle's got the better side of the argument so far.
And also in those filings, the judge seemed to indicate what he thought about Google's attempts to refute this.
He did. So a couple times the judge used words like, despite Google's vigorous hand-waving. He doesn't have to use language like that. That suggests he's getting impatient.
And Google claims the patents are invalid and that they have the rights to license them.
Right. So Google does the usual, which is, hey, we're not infringing it. Even if we were infringing it, they're invalid. And even if they're valid and we're infringing it, the damages aren't very much.
How can you say a patent is invalid?
Oh, that's a longer discussion.
Okay.
But
we won't get into
that.
Wait, no, it's not a long discussion. You can say no one's ever used this patent before, no one's ever cited this patent before. It's just a stupid piece of paper.
There was prior art.
Prior art.
Right. Yeah.
But part of the story is that Oracle has been very aggressive, more aggressive than other tech companies in terms of patents, right?
Yeah. So
why is that?
Well, what's confusing about this is that these patents used to belong to Sun. And Sun was very friendly, and Sun sort of open-sourced the Java platform. Not totally, but sort of did it. And now all of a sudden you have Oracle that owns it, and Oracle is being much more aggressive about it than anyone expected.
Do you think when Sun was acquired by Oracle, Oracle thought, no one realizes these guys have got all this property they're giving away, we're going to use these patents and go out and put value on them?
I do. I think that Larry Ellison tends to be 1 or 2 steps ahead in that sort of thing, and I think that was a very conscious decision.
So you think Oracle has a pretty good case here, even though Sun sort of licensed these?
Yeah, so we'll see. The trial starts October 31st on Halloween, and we'll see. But as I said, for the initial indications, Oracle seems to have the better side of the argument.
Now, at what point would Google, put your financial analyst hat on it, and I know you don't cover Google, but at a certain point, the Google might have to put some money aside for potential payment, for potential settlement of this deal or potential loss in this. I might have to put that aside in the balance sheet in some kind of escrow. When would that kind of thing have to happen?
So I'm no expert on that, but I think typically if they make a settlement offer, right at that point you have to take some kind of some sort of an accounting reserve for it.
But the reason this could be so serious is because Android is gaining market share so fast. I mean, one report saying Android could have 40% of the smartphone market by the end of this year. And would this apply to every single Android phone sold?
And tablet, every single one. So I think they're activating 300,000 a day.
So the sound of that cash register is actually ringing in Larry Ellison's ears?
Yeah, because it's not just damages, it would also be a royalty, it'd be a tax on any future Android device sales.
All right, Patrick Walravens, JMP Securities. This is a fascinating topic. You've actually made patents sound interesting today.